most of our office furniture outside today, but I've had a wonderful designer help me with the office. So we're gonna go inside and look at our office now. So here we have our office sign done by the Science Center in Boise. And our vinyl on the door as well as inside was done by Darlene's Printing in downtown Nampa. As we go inside to the reception, the next question we're always asked is the office new? It smells new. And it's not new, it was built in the mid-2000s, but we renovated it last summer. And it was renovated in 7 weeks from start to finish by best contractor, best interior designer, and a lot of helpful contacts that they both had. And I've also saved, if you've been following for a while, you'll know that we have some of the renovations saved in my story highlights under office, so you can see what it looked like before and the construction. It was a pretty fun project. So first, let's look at this desk here. This reception desk was hand built. It is single beaded tambour, white oak, and handmade by Cabinet Concepts in Eagle. And the stain was custom mixed by the best interior designer. At the time we were renovating the office, only dark cherry tambour was available, so we had to be creative. But this is beautiful. I actually forget to look at it. It's one of my favorite parts of the office. And let's see, the luxury vinyl tile, it's very sturdy, but it was inspired by Italian Bardilio marble. And glass here and in our skincare case was done by Roadrunner Glass in Boise. And there's Riley. And then the next question we're always asked is over here. And that question is the plant real? So yes, the plant is real. That is a whale fin succulent. I wrote down its name. Sansevieria masonia. So all of our planters and plants were hand selected by the wonderful, knowledgeable plant people at a succulent day in Boise. So we've got this face here as well.
Actually, it might be kind of funny. We had a lot of
Plants.
And then,
The people disperse. And this is a painting done by local artist Kate Crowley Gilbert. It's a skull that I actually bought before I even knew that I was going to open my own office. And this statement green cabinet here was also hand built by Cabinet Concepts, as was every other built-in cabinet in this whole office. So let's see. Next, let's come around here. And I would like to next talk about this gifted painting. It's called Happy Valley, and it is the intersection of Happy Valley and Amity in Nampa in 1987. And it was painted by my patient, and it was painted for the owner of the house in the picture. And the owner eventually moved away, passed away, and the painting was returned to the artist. And the artist gifted the painting to me for my new office in Nampa. And the patient was actually gifted to me by a colleague who was on maternity leave, so it was a gift of a gift. And this barnwood frame was made by another one of our colleagues, Josh Hellwedge, who is at Salzer, and he makes these frames in his spare time. And this barnwood is sourced from the Greenhurst Nursery, which is in this picture. So it's a really nice story and a beautiful gift. So next, we're gonna go back this way to our exam room. The next most asked question in the office, actually this is probably the number one most asked question. The question is, what is this? So this is a pool cue extender, and it's from Amazon. Our logo is glued on it, and it's to compact the trash so that no one has to stick their hand in the trash can. And then what is this? So this is hand sanitizer. It was made by a hair brand called Colt and King or King and Colt. I think it's Colt and King. It's on the back. Colt and King. And then they made hand sanitizer, then they discontinued it, but it was a really pretty bottle, so we make our own. Jessica mixes up our hand sanitizer. And then next we're going to talk about the glass art. So there are 3 sets of 3 art pieces, or triptychs, and this one is called Sand. They are all made by a very amazing glass artist named Christopher Gibson, who is based in Boise. I met him at the Boise Farmers Market and asked him about his glass art. And this particular painting was inspired by Georgia O'Keeffe's Black Place in New Mexico. And Chris was so curious about the place, he decided to go visit there, and there was a torrential downpour while he was visiting, and this is what the ground looked like. So this is glass powder fired onto glass. So we're gonna go look at more of Chris's art. He is a very innovative artist, and he's done all the glass art at the St. Al's Hospital across the street from us in Nampa. And so this triptych piece is called Remain, and it is, to quote the words of the artist, in nature things start as one and eventually separate, weathering over time. So as you move from left to right, it's the weathering over time. And so those are, actually Chris came up with this method himself and explained it to me. It's layers of glass powder poured into a paper mold and then fired and cut like bread with a tile saw. So that's where you can see all the different colors. And so Chris also told me that I would find people looking at the art up close, like with their face right in the art. And this morning that happened. The first patient of the day was standing in this room when I came in to see him, right here, looking at the art. And so this one is called Course, and it represents walking through a path. It was inspired by time backpacking and hiking. And so people have asked me if it's a face or if it's wood, and it's actually the same layered glass powder fired in very precise ways to get the background as well as the layered pieces. And so we have more glass art in here. And so this piece is called Distant, same idea, the layered glass, and this represents mountains. And then on top of our cabinets, our beautiful custom built cabinets, are mountain scenes. They're transparent, so light can actually shine through them. We just don't have the lights on right now. And so, into our beautiful guest bathroom. So this is a mid-century modern renovated bathroom, and people always ask, where can we buy the stuff in the bathroom? So this is the Skinell, the lemongrass dew. I know there's a story, but I forgot the story. I couldn't find it last night, so we'll have to ask the Skinell. And the answer is you can buy it on skinell.com or at the brick and mortar store at Bound Crossing. And so, next, there's also this piece, and I don't remember who did this print, but I bought it at a gift shop in downtown Boise. It's the Gem State item. And then lastly, this doodle that my patient made me. We were talking about his artwork during surgery one week. Some people have their surgery while they're awake, and the next week he brought me a picture. So it's a doodle. And I think that's supposed to be me doing the surgery in the middle. And then lastly, we have my office. supplies in my office. But that's my office. So that concludes our office tour. I hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to many more years of curating art and stories of people. Bye.